with the 5th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select
Welcome to New York Giants Mock Draft Central. The New York Giants have traded the number 6 pick in this year's draft to the Minnesota Vikings for pick 11, 23, 108, and 167. And with the number 6 pick, the Minnesota Vikings select quarterback J.J. McCarthy, Michigan. With the 11th pick in this year's draft, the New York Giants select Michael Penix Jr., quarterback, Washington. All right, as you guys heard, the New York Giants select Michael Penix Jr., quarterback from Washington at number 11. Hey, Michael Penix Jr., this is the start of the full rebuild for the New York Giants. They select their quarterback of the future in Michael Penix. And man, Michael Penix, I believe, is the best quarterback in this draft. To get him at number 11, which would be great for the New York Giants. Michael Penix, yes, he's a left-hand quarterback, so Evan Neal, you will have to step up and protect his blind side. But man, if they protect this kid, he is the best thrower of the football in this draft. His anticipation on his throws, he throws the deep ball better than anybody in this draft. Yes, he throws the deep ball better than Caleb Williams or Drake May or any one of those guys. Michael Penix Jr. will change this franchise trajectory of the quarterback position. More than likely they're getting off Daniel Jones after this season, and he is able to sit for a while, maybe to mid-season. If the Giants are struggling pretty bad, they'll put him in mid-season. But Michael Penix Jr., arm talent to say the least. Like, this guy has a cannon of an arm. He could throw the ball mid, he could throw the ball deep, short, wherever you need this guy to throw the ball. As long as you protect him, he will get the ball to the receiver. So with this pick with Michael Penix Jr., a lot of people are gonna be like, hey, the injury history, he had 2 ACLs, a shoulder injury, but he was medically cleared, full clean bill of health at the combine, and this guy's just a winner, man. He had Indiana in the top 10 before he got hurt. 2 years straight had them in the top 10. When have you ever heard Indiana in the top 10 of anything when it comes to football? But while Michael Penix was the quarterback there, he got the ball to guys like Fry Frugal and those guys out there in Indiana, and they had a very good year until he got hurt. And then he transfers over to Washington, has a very good year, his first year there at Washington. And then the next year, this past college football season, Heisman candidate, absolutely balled out for the Washington Huskies this year. Like I said, he was a Heisman candidate, got all the way to the national championship against Michigan, and J.J. McCarthy fell a game short of realizing his dream of winning a college national championship. But when it comes to throwing it to the receivers, when it comes to fitting the ball in tiny windows, this guy's the best, man. And if we can block for Michael Penix, the New York Giants will have their quarterback of the future. They will have their quarterback that could take them maybe into a deep playoff run. So the New York Giants select Michael Penix Jr. at number 11 after the trade with the Minnesota Vikings. And yes, Michael Penix Jr. is a Giant. Let's go out there, let's throw some passes, and let's win some games. Let's get it, Michael Penix. With the 23rd pick in this year's draft, the New York Giants select Wide receiver, Texas, A.D. Mitchell. All right, A.D. Mitchell. Pick number 23 with that second pick from the Vikings in that first trade of the number 6 pick. We get A.D. Mitchell at number 23, and this guy is a number 1 receiver. And I believe he's a top 5 receiver in this draft. Man, when you really look at his film, this guy, 6'3", 6'4" monster with 4.3 speed, and has route running to back it up. This guy can catch it in the intermediate. He can catch it back shoulder. He can catch it over the top. He can go deep. He's a route runner. His route running is sudden, and he gives the head fakes and makes DBs look silly out there. Really look at his film. This guy, he was the number 1 receiver at Texas, him and Xavier Worthy. And just because he's 6'3" doesn't mean he's not a deep threat. See, when you add this guy to the receiving core that the New York Giants have already with Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, Slayton, they don't know about Waller right now. He may retire, but when you add this guy to the receiving core, and let's just say Michael Penix, your previous pick is the quarterback. Michael Penix can get this ball to this guy, A.D. Mitchell, anywhere on the field, and he can be exciting. He can bring that Plexico Burress attitude back, that Hakeem Nicks attitude back. Big receiver that can route run, that has big hands to bring the ball in. No matter where you put the ball at, he'll go up and get it. 50-50 catches, he'll go up and get it. If you need him to run that fly route, he can do that. He can run slants, he can run digs, he can run any route that you need him to run. He knows how to run routes. You just have to refine him when he gets to the league. And once he gets that league speed down, he is going to be an absolute monster. So A.D. Mitchell at pick 23 from the trade with the Minnesota Vikings. The Giants get their quarterback first, and then they get him his number 1 weapon, A.D. Mitchell from Texas, man. Welcome to the Giants, and welcome your number 1 receiver, New York Giants. With the number 47 pick in this year's draft, the New York Giants select Bralen Trice, edge, Washington. Alright, the New York Giants go edge at pick 47 with their second round pick. You know, they only got 1 second round pick because they traded it for Brian Burns. And why not get another edge in the second round with Bralen Trice from Washington, teammate of Michael Penix. Now, Bralen Trice, very big edge, 6'3", I believe 270 pounds plus. The thing they have to work on with Bralen Trice is to get him some more pass rush moves. But when he's behind Ojulari, when he's behind Thibodeau and Brian Burns, we got 4 edge rushers deep to where we can rotate and let Bralen Trice get those much needed reps. Later on in the game, he's very good and stout against the run, so you don't have to worry about that when it comes to the league. But what you have to worry about is getting him some pass rush moves. It's not like he doesn't get off the edge very fast. He has one of the fastest get-offs in college football. That's why he's being drafted this high. Bralen Trice is very strong. So when it comes to those teams that may want to run the ball a little bit more, we may want to get him some more reps against teams like the Eagles, against teams like the Dallas Cowboys, or any running team like the 49ers or someone like that. And with him being behind somebody like Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau, Ojulari, he can learn some of those pass rush rules, that dip underneath and rip, get him a spin move, let him learn how to use speed to power. Once he gets that done, he can be the primary backup to Thibodeau or Brian Burns, because I do believe he can beat out Ojulari to be that second edge rusher. I mean, that third edge rusher coming off the bench. So Bralen Trice, yes, it's a high pick. Yes, he is a project, but he's a very good project to work with. And once he gets those pass rush moves, who knows? Sky's the limit for him. So Bralen Trice, pick number 47 for the New York Giants. Welcome to the New York Giants, kid, and let's get after the quarterback. With the 70th pick in this year's draft, the New York Giants select Cam Hart, cornerback, Notre Dame. All right, pick number 70, Cam Hart, cornerback, Notre Dame. And this kid is very, very, very intriguing. The New York Giants get him at pick 70 in the 3rd round. Hey, listen, this kid can actually turn out to be the number 2 corner for us. His very first year, he's going to come in from Notre Dame. They already train their DBs to look at tendencies of the quarterback. See, what this guy does is he looks at tendencies of the quarterback and the receiver, and he reads and reacts. And that could be a very good thing in this very new defensive system, because I think we're going to be running a lot of man-to-man and a little bit of zone, because we're going to be getting pressure with our front four. So he doesn't have to be on the island all the time in this defense, which can help him. Him opposite of Deonte Banks, I think could be a very good thing. This kid, he's has a slender frame, but he's stronger than he looks. Has the speed to keep up with receivers. The only thing we need to work on is him. He loves to give up the inside. Pause. What I mean by that, the same thing Deonte Banks is going to have to work with is those slant routes, those in-cutting routes. He gives those up because he's looking at the quarterback most of the time. But we can train that out of him, and we can turn him into the number 2 cornerback. And it could be him, Cordell Flott in the slot, and Deonte Banks. So, Cam Hart, welcome to the New York Giants. Let's go out there and let's lock some people down. With the 107th pick in this year's NFL draft, the New York Giants select Braelon Allen, running back, Wisconsin. Right, with pick 107, this is one of my favorite picks in this mock draft for the New York Giants, and that is Braelon Allen, pick 107. The Giants finally get another bruiser at running back to pair with Singletary. And let me say this, man. This guy here, he's going to only be like 20 years old when he comes into the league, and Braelon Allen is an absolute monster when it comes to running the ball. He is an absolute wrecking ball when it comes to running the ball. Hey, Giants fans, aren't you tired of not being able to pick up 3rd and 1, 4th and inches? Well, this man changes that. He, big frame, has dancing bare feet to be that big, and man, he can run when he gets to the open field. Does he have home run speed like Derrick Henry? No, he doesn't. But he's going to be able to do exactly what we need to do. Pick up those short yardage situations. Be able to close out games. Hey, we're up by 10 points. Let's go ahead and run Braelon Allen to pick up a couple of first downs, because they're tired from tackling this monster in the 4th quarter. And this big dude is coming at you like this. Reminds you a little bit of how Brandon Jacobs was for us back in the day. Is he as fast as Brandon Jacobs? No, not in the beginning of his career. Brandon Jacobs ran like a 4.4, man. He was an absolute freak. But Braelon Allen, man, we could put this guy in the backfield, line up 12, 13 personnel, send this big monster at you, and let's pick up some yards. Let's move the chains, move the chains, move the chains. That's what this guy's going to do. He's going to get 4 yards, 5 yards, 10 yards, 4 yards, 10 yards, 5 yards, 15 yards. And then you could break one with Devin Singletary, man. I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite picks in this mock draft, because Braelon Allen is an absolute monster. So we get Braelon Allen, pick 107. Welcome to the Giants. Let's pick up some first downs. Let's pick up 3rd and 1 finally. Let's get it. With the 108th pick in this year's NFL draft, the New York Giants select Cedric Van Pran, offensive guard / center, Georgia. All right, back-to-back picks for the Giants because of the trade. We picked up this pick via the Vikings, and it's going to be center Cedric Van Pran. We picked him up, center offensive guard. Good depth. I believe this guy will come in and challenge for the backup center position and one of the backup guard positions. This guy puts Mekhi and Ezeudu even more on notice after the free agency for the Giants when they picked up 2 guards. This guy here has very good feet, very good core strength. He's going to have to work on hand placement when he gets into the league. And since he's going to be the second center, maybe the third or fourth guard, he has a chance to develop behind those veterans. And once those veterans decide to move on or we can't bring them back, this guy should be able to step in. He's going to have at least 2 years to work on his craft. And I believe he will beat out a Mekhi or Ezeudu because, one, Ezeudu can't stay healthy. And I just think Mekhi has too much to work on in order to be an NFL offensive guard. But we'll see. Man, Cedric Van Pran comes from Georgia, comes from a winning organization. No, he is pretty athletic to be the size that he is. The thing you have to worry about, hopefully he doesn't get injured when he comes into the NFL for us. And let's get him to work, man. Let's get him trained up. Let's get him some young depth on this offensive line because we need this offensive line to block for our new franchise quarterback we picked in the first round at pick 11, Michael Penix Jr. John Michael Schmitz is our center, but this guy has played center at Georgia and he could be the backup center. So we always have injuries across the offensive line, and we have a lot of depth across this offensive line because I believe we signed actually 4 guards. So Cedric Van Pran, let's get him in there. Let's get him coached up. Let's get him ready for the future. With the 141st pick in this year's NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Mekhi Wingo, defensive tackle, LSU. All right, Mekhi Wingo, pick 141. Now this pick here, this is another pick to where we can store him for a little bit, store him for a year or 2 behind DJ Davison, Jordan Riley, Nacho, and Dex, because he needs a little bit of work, but he is athletically gifted, and if he could put it together, he could turn out to be pretty good. The thing that he's going to have to work on is to get off on the ball. He's very slow to get off the ball. That's why he's down here at pick 141. And he's going to have to learn how to use his strength to his advantage. He's going to have to learn that he doesn't need to work on a finesse game. He's a power guy, and he needs to work on that power. Don't go in there trying to be finesse. Don't go in there trying to be cute. Just get in there and disrupt. That's what we need you to do, Mekhi, because I believe that's what you do best. You're not a pass rusher like that, so we don't need you to be in there trying to be a pass rusher like that. We need you to get in there and be disruptive against the run, and when you do get in there in pass rush situations, which won't be often because we have a lot of edge rushers now, go in there and bully somebody. Get your hands inside those linemen's chest plate and bull rush. That's what we're going to need you to do. So it's good that we're able to store you for a year or 2 and let you train and let you get up to speed, and then sky's the limit for you. So Mekhi Wingo, pick 141. Get in there, get in Dex's ear, learn something, and let's see what you can turn out to be. With the 167th pick in this year's NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Edefuan Ulofoshio, inside linebacker, Washington. Hey, this guy we got at 167, Edefuan Ulofoshio. I hope I said his name right, but this guy's very interesting to me. For one, he will be exciting on special teams. This guy's an absolute missile when it comes to going after the ball and making tackles. Our inside linebackers are Bobby O and McFadden. We may get a veteran here in free agency. Who knows? But I know this guy here, he will be a backup, and he will be able to learn behind Bobby O. And I think Bobby O is the perfect teacher for this kid, because I believe he has similar traits to Bobby O. He just has to learn the game a little bit more. He has to learn how to get into those gaps and make those game-breaking tackles in the backfield. And he will learn that, learning and looking at what Bobby O does. But at special teams, he will be one of our special team stars from the beginning of his career. And I know a lot of guys, you can't have starters throughout your whole draft. With this guy, he will be a starter for our special teams, for sure. He can actually be a gunner if you wanted him to, but he will get down there, he will make the tackle, and he will do the dirty work for you. Another Washington kid, another teammate of Michael Penix. And I believe this guy, like I said, another year or two down the line, he may be able to challenge McFadden for that inside linebacker spot. But the guy with the difficult name to say, we better start learning it real quick, because when we kick the ball off, this guy's going to go down there and knock somebody's head off. And that's why I picked him up at 167, man. Great pick, great luxury pick here in the 6th round. Let's get it. Ulofoshio. Let's go. With the 183rd pick in this year's draft, the New York Giants select Tykee Smith, safety, Georgia. And last but not least, at pick 183, we get Tykee Smith from the Georgia Bulldogs. And this guy is a safety, and this will be another guy that will star on special teams for us from the get-go. But with this guy, I do believe that he can actually turn out to be a starting safety in this league. And hopefully he can do it for us if Dane Belton or Penix or somebody gets hurt. This guy does have great ball instincts, and he is ready to hit anything that is walking, and that's why I got him in the 6th round. Another good pick for us here late in the draft. Definitely can turn out to be something special for us. Him, Javarius Owens, Ulofoshio, Carter Coughlin on special teams. Our special teams is going to be looking pretty good this year, man. No more giving up returns and crazy stuff like that. You have to have all three facets of the game playing at a good level in order to get to that goal at the championship level that you want to get. You want to get to the Super Bowl, all three levels of your team have to be pretty good. And getting people like Tykee Smith to go out there on special teams and be that heat-seeking missile and hit somebody on special teams and stop them getting those good returns and flipping field position and things of such, it's a very good thing, man. So Tykee Smith, Georgia Bulldog, he's a winner, knows how to win, knows how to play coverage, knows how to hit. He just knows a lot of things, man, and to get him in the 6th round will be an absolute steal for me, man, because I think this guy has 3rd to 4th round talent. So Tykee Smith, add him to that safety room. Let's get those safeties coached up, and let's get this secondary back to being good. And that's the final pick of the New York Giants NFL Mock Draft Volume 2. Thank you guys for watching. And until the next time, you know what it is, man. Peace.
With the 5th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select
Welcome to New York Giants Mock Draft Central.